If you want to make dating easier for you so that you don't find yourself being attached to people who hurt you, or basically make the whole process really confusing and disappointing, then what you need is boundaries. And this is a video that I often get requested to do. So I'm going to do it. How to set boundaries when dating. Let's talk about all of that. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Renee Slansky, and this week for Flirtini, I'm doing a video on boundaries when it comes to dating. What sort of boundaries that you should be setting and how to be able to set them. And now before I jump into that, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, or a like. Okay, the first boundary you need to set when you are dating is something that may come across quite controversial, however, is something that I completely stand for, and that is this. Do not go home with that person on the first date. Now, when I say don't go home with them, I don't necessarily mean sex. Obviously, I suggest not to be able to have sex with somebody on the first date. However, if you think, well, I'm just going to go home with them, but we're not going to have sex, it doesn't matter. Don't go back to their place on the first date. And the reason why is this. Going back to someone's home is intimate territory, and not just for maybe physical intimacy, but also emotional intimacy. And it is something that they should earn over time. This is about setting yourself up to be able to have layers and stages where you give somebody access to you over time once they have proved that they're not going to take advantage of you. And if you move into familiar and emotional and intimate territory too soon, such as going back to their house for a drink after the first date, it really makes the date and the relationship become way too casual too soon, instead of them realizing, hang on a second, I actually need to earn this stage with the next person. Another reason, if you go back to their place too soon, it usually means that you're making the date longer than what it should be. And a first date should really only be between 2 to 3 hours at most, so that you can have enough time to get to know each other, work out if there is a connection, and then leave with still a little bit of tension there and some answers on whether or not you need to have a second date with them. Number 2, make sure that your expectations are met. Now, there's a saying out there where, they say, oh, don't have any expectations and you'll never get disappointed, which is just rubbish. You need to have expectations, because expectations mean that you have standards. And standards are there for a reason, because you are communicating what type of relationship you want and what makes you happy and feel fulfilled as a person. So there are certain expectations that need to be met. And what I've done is I've actually done another video for Flirtini on this, which you can check out later, which is all about the fundamentals that you should not compromise on when it comes to dating. Okay, number 3, pace yourself. Boundaries are there to protect you and also to set you up. And if you don't have boundaries when it comes to dating, what you'll do is you'll just let anybody come into your heart, your mind, your life, and you will find yourself being disappointed, taken advantage of, or hurt. So what we need to do is we need to understand, who are we dating? And by pacing yourself and slowing down the process of actually getting to know that person before you become attached, it means that you give yourself an opportunity to be able to work out, is this somebody who I should be attaching to in the first place? So by setting that boundary and only seeing them maybe once a week for the first month, and then as you start to progress, maybe see them 2 times a week for the second and third month, and slowing down the amount of time that you actually spend together, it means that you're able to communicate to them that you're not just going to give them everything of yourself just because you like them. They need to be able to earn that place in your heart and in your life. Which brings me to point number 4. They have to earn your emotions in stages. Now, this basically means that there are certain milestones in dating. And just because you like someone, it's not a green flag to go all in and give them your whole heart when you don't really know a lot about them. So again, see putting a boundary down as, yes, let's go out for a few casual dates. And then next stage, yes, let's go out for a dinner date, which is a bit more intimate because you're in a more intimate environment. Then the third stage, yes, let's go back to each other's houses, no sex, no intimacy, just so we can be in each other's environments. And then the fourth stage is obviously when you start to escalate it a bit more. By actually putting that boundary when it comes to, you can see me in this circumstance and I'm going to reveal this much about myself, okay? It means that they are realizing, hang on a second, I can't just have access to all of this person. It means that you're able to protect and guard your heart from, again, being attached to someone that could take advantage of it. It gives you an opportunity to assess who you are actually dating. And it also shows whether or not they're ready to invest into you the time needed to actually give you a solid relationship. Okay, number 5. Don't go and give them the benefits if they aren't able to give you the commitment, okay? Don't go give them wife benefits if they can't give you husband commitment, or don't give them girlfriend benefits if they can't give you boyfriend commitment, okay? And vice versa for the guys. You know, this is about realizing that they don't get to have certain things that you can give them without giving you a certain amount back. This isn't about being self-entitled. This is about setting a standard. Relationships are about progression. You should be moving through the stages. And if you're not and you're stagnating, or they're wanting all the benefits without doing what they need to do to be able to earn those benefits of a relationship, then it becomes a one-way street and you end up chasing that person, you end up overgiving, and they end up taking advantage. And you basically have this idea in your head that I've given this much, why aren't they giving me more? But they don't have to, because you're already giving it to them. So make sure that if they're not giving you the level of commitment that is required at each stage of dating, don't go give them the benefits of, say, stage 5 if they're only at stage 2 of commitment. And lastly, number 6, a huge thing when it comes to setting boundaries in dating is give consequences. If they are going to turn up late all the time to your dates, or become flaky, or ghost you, don't just sit back and take it. Don't be a doormat. This is about communicating clearly that you have unapologetic standards and you're not going to be treated as second rate, or you're not going to be somebody that they just casually decide to pick up when it's convenient for them. Make sure that you use verbal communication as well as actions to actually say to them, hang on a second, because you did this or said this, this is going to be the consequence. Now, this can work for good things and bad things. Obviously, if they do the right thing by you, then you need to reward that behavior. And I don't mean going and, getting intimate. What I mean is affirming what they're doing and allowing them to have a little bit more access to you, because again, they have actually showed that they are ready for the task to be able to value you for who you are. All right, girls and guys, I hope that this video has really helped you understand more about boundaries when it comes to dating. And let us know in the comments down below, what are some of the boundaries that you struggle with when it comes to dating? And we can answer some of those questions for you. In the meantime, don't forget to check out the Flirtini app. I have linked it in the bio down below. I'm Renee Slansky. Like, subscribe, heart, all of that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.